All right, so the Acolyte is done. Probably the only season it's going to get. So first, go over some of the good points. This has been some of the best lightsaber choreography we've seen in the Star Wars Disney Plus show. I thought the fights were actually done fairly well. The use of wire work, okay. When used in the right time, I like that. I thought it had solid action sequences. The lightsaber fight that they did in the forest, I liked it. Yes, we had a poor perspective, which allows you to get away with certain things. Fine with that. The ending one between I'm just gonna call him the stranger and Soul, loved it. I love when a fight goes from like location to location. Yes, there were a tremendous amount of callbacks to like you know Anakin and Obi-Wan and Luke and Vader. I'm fine with that. We got to see a Wookiee Jedi. Yes, he was mind controlled by whatever that coven was supposed to be. Got to see the light whip for a scene. Neat to see. You're like, hey, that looks incredibly impractical and very stupid. But hey, we got to see one on the screen. Like the use of more aliens in the early episodes. Cool seeing like a female Sabrak. Even like keep on reading that that's supposed to have horns. I think a lot of this they said back went, wouldn't it be cool if? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Canon doesn't mean anything. And I just call him the stranger because I know I'm going to either butcher his real name. It's like Manny. I've heard Jacinto, and whatever his character was, he was known as the stranger in some of the Acolyte casting news. I'll go with that. I thought his character, he did a fantastic job. That is maximizing your minutes. And another thing that I thought was actually really good with this is actually people listen to a descriptive audio. Yes, I saw a lot of clips where there's descriptive audio that made this sound a lot more erotic than it, well, I can't say that it was intended to be, because I have a feeling that that was probably intentional. And another nice thing, Darth Vader is now the character with the second lowest amount of facial expressions. Thank you, Osha and May. I'll get some of the bad things about this. Pacing was horrible. The way these episodes were laid out, if Star Wars, Disney would have went, okay, we have all this footage, yeah, found a competent editor and a competent showrunner, probably, okay, we've got this, they were about 30 minutes a piece, give or take. Okay, we've got 2 hours and we have 240 minutes of show. 30 minutes, 8 episodes. What can you do with this? Was it a 4-hour show? No. Could you make a really fantastic 6 episodes out of this and make this a really tight 3 hours? Yeah. Could you take what was done here and probably make a really quick, snappy paced 2-hour and 20-minute movie? Oh yeah. Yeah. I think there's some good concepts there. They just weren't executed properly. When it was done, my 10-year daughter went, when's season 2 coming out? And I'm like, I don't think there's going to be a second season. So, but they left so many things they didn't spin it and didn't solve. Yes, and those are called. She goes, oh, plot holes. Yes, they did lots of things. You're like, oh, you'll learn all about. No. And actually, remember we watched the Willow season? Yeah. Willow's been removed from Disney Plus. And Willow ended with, hey, volumes 3 and 4. It never happened. X-Men 97, man, that was nice to happen again, and that was fantastic. So many sit on Disney and go, okay, X-Men 97 people liked. Yeah, what did we do? We took the concept of a previous IP and we went, what if we just continued it? What? Let's just make minor changes. Let's keep the spirit of it. Let's keep what people like about it. And then let's just add more to it. Instead of, here's this idea, it's someone else's IP, but here's a story I want to tell. Is it coherent with the IP? No. Did we need Ki-Adi-Mundi to appear before he was born? No. Did he add anything to the story? No. Do we need our plagues to show up? No. Did he add anything to the story? No. Did I explain to my wife and daughter who he was? Yes. Do we need Yoda at the end of it? No. But it was like, hey, isn't this cool? Like the light whip. Like, hey, it was neat to see. It factored in nowhere at all into the story, but we got to see a cool clip of it. I'm like, hey, it's a thing people have always talked about. It's always been in the comics. Okay, we got to see one in action, and it's like, wow, that looks dumb, but we got to see it. The Wookiee Jedi. I'm like, I'd like that. As to why all the Jedi felt like they should have died, and I'm like, the idea of, well, the Jedi are the bad guys. Logically, there's only really one Jedi who I can say this is objectively like the bad guy, and that would have been like Venestra. Very, very much, it's like, oh, we should tell the council. No. We should tell the Senate. No. Okay. The main villain. Yeah, oh, he was my bad one. So, the Jedi are bad guys. Only in such, they suck when it comes to picking people to become Padawans. Remember, someone had to train the stranger. Someone had to train Osha. They trained Count Dooku. They trained Anakin. In the Darth Bane trilogy, he ended up picking a former Padawan. His apprentice also ended up picking like a gray Jedi. The Inquisitors were pretty much all, former Jedi Padawans. I think the Jedi needs much better, just imagine had Venestra been like, okay, so this happened, yeah, and that then led to this thing. They might be like, okay, we have a hard and fast rule about the age in which we accept Padawans. The Anakin should be trained. Whoa, so our track record is everyone of this age that we train to become a Padawan falls the dark side. Sorry. I think he's the chosen one. Yeah, you know what? This happened before. There's a dude named Soul, and he was like, hey, this girl's one half of a twin that was conceived by the Force, or Force manipulated midichlorians, the thread, Sith, alchemy, sorcery, Dathomir, amulets, Kyber. Oh, as I mentioned, Kyber, the bleeding of the Kyber crystal was interesting too. I was like, oh, cool to see that. I mean, we've seen it in reverse too, which I'm like, But is this the worst thing that Disney's ever done with Star Wars? No. The worst thing Disney's ever done with Star Wars was buy it.